Exclusive contracted novel by Feilu Novel Network. Mysterious fantasy. Protector of the short clan chief, the protagonist of Manchu Destiny Su travels through the fantasy world and becomes the leader of the Su tribe, unlocking the strongest family system. Investing in clan members can critical strike and return rewards. Build a family, gain luck, and the host will become stronger. And one's own strength can earn a bonus for the entire clan. The stronger the clan members, the stronger the host. Ding. Investing in blowing fire skill to receive rewards for the heavenly level ultimate skill. Heavenly fire creation skill. Ding. Investing in earth level treasures to receive rewards. Extreme Dao Emperor Soldier. The Luo Sword Fetus. Ding. Investing in low-level blood quenching pills to receive rewards. The ultimate medicine. The 3 lives of the contrary path star. Under the leadership of Su Zhen, the Su family gradually rose from a small family. Countless reflections on the heavens, the eternal emperor walked out of the Su family. Su Hao. Whoever says invincibility, who claims invincibility, is nowhere to be seen in front of the clan leader. Su Yen. With the presence of my clan leader, who dares to bully my poor youth. Su Fan. As the heavenly emperor, I will be the clan leader and all enemies in the world. Su Feng. Killing and setting fire to LiFeilu Novel Network reminds you that this novel and its characters are purely fictional. If there are any similarities, they are purely coincidental and should not be imitated. Commitment letter. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Bang. 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 Let's give the dads 3 heads first. This book will be on the shelves today. Request subscription and support. The most important thing I want to say at this moment is thank you to my readers who have been supporting me for so many days. Thank you for every data support, thank you for your messages and encouragement. Without you, I wouldn't be able to persist at all. This book took 9 days from its release on the evening of the 23rd to today. The updates are very stable every day. I'm not afraid of you laughing, I can't afford to pay rent. I owe my friend over 20,000 yuan, and my credit card and Huabei are all overdue. My phone receives debt reminders every day, and even my friends are hesitant to reply to phone calls and messages. I've been like a street mouse lately. If it weren't for the support of readers, I really wouldn't know what to do. The rented house has a deposit that cannot be refunded, but the house can still be used for living, but there is no electricity or hot water. Starting from the 8th, I code characters in the internet cafe every day. We have a small internet cafe here, which costs 2.5 yuan per hour and 10 yuan overnight. But the equipment is poor, especially the keyboard, which is hard and cannot be pressed. Over the weekend, I recharged 100 and got 100 free. I still had 437 yuan left on me, so I charged 200 yuan and kept 237 yuan for dinner. I wake up every morning, brush my teeth and wash my face. I leave the rental house and go to the food market to buy 2 yuan mantu and 5 yuan cold dishes. This is my meal for the whole day. I am very slow in typing. Others spend 3 to 4 hours a day writing tens of thousands of words, while I spend at least 12 hours a day writing tens of thousands of words. I have been sitting on a chair in an internet cafe for a week, doing 12 hours of basic work every day. Every day, I write about my brain melon seed feeling drowsy, and during this time, my back and waist are sore every day. But the most uncomfortable thing for me is tinnitus nervosa. Every day, after finishing a night of coding, I return to the rental house and my ears start buzzing as soon as I lie down. Each time, it lasts for more than 10 minutes. I have no other choice, I dare not go home like this. My parents think it's good for me to be outside. All my hopes are pinned on this book. Others told me that if my book were to increase by 20,000 yuan a day, I would still hope to make money. I also want to, but I code too slowly. Sometimes when I can't think of a plot, I slap myself. I feel like a waste. Why can't I do what others can do? Like a disabled person. I am very grateful to the readers who left me a cheer message in the book review section. Every time I can't persist, I will look at those comments. The extremely simple 2 words seem like my life-saving straw. If it weren't for you, I humbly accept everyone's suggestions and opinions, and every time someone says something bad, I quickly revise it, afraid of losing any readers. This book is no longer my own, it's ours. I dare not say that no matter how good the results are on the platform, I will continue to write about it. What lies before me is a very cruel reality. If my grades are not good, I can even have problems eating. But I can guarantee that as long as the results are not too bad, I can maintain my life. I will definitely not disappoint everyone's expectations of me, the expectations of this book. Last month, I changed accounts 3 times in a row and wrote the beginning of 10 books. But every book doesn't work. At the end of the month, this book gave me hope. On the first day, there were 1,000 collections, and the results were very good. But because it was my first time writing a book, I couldn't grasp the rhythm well and lost many readers. A colleague who opened a book on the same day as me did not perform as well on the first day, but he surpassed me in the next 2 days. I don't know how to write The Mockery of Versailles, it's a waste of such a good beginning. At that time, my mentality was exploding, and many author friends said that my writing had collapsed. It's better for the eunuch to open a new book as soon as possible. To be honest, I really wanted to give up at that time. But I can't bear it. On the first day of publishing the book, many people gave me comments and cheers, and many flowers were given as gifts. I'm afraid I might apologize to the readers for their support, but more importantly, I'm holding my breath in my heart. I know I don't have the talent for writing, but I believe hard work can make up for my shortcomings. I don't care about anything, I write every day when I wake up, it's like being crazy. I remember one day, my colleague's book had all the data significantly higher than mine. Looking at the data in my book, I felt increasingly uncomfortable. So I left a message in the book, wanting to increase the data and give myself some encouragement. The next day when I woke up, there were many more flowers. My eyes immediately moistened. At that time, I was in an internet cafe with many people around me. I quickly went to the bathroom and washed my face with cold water, and my emotions stabilized. Forget it, let's not talk about this anymore. It's written and feels like sand has entered my eyes again. How can I act like a woman? Haha, it's about to be put on the shelves. After all these days of hard work, it's just a shiver. Everyone else has a signed-up promotion when they put it on the shelves, but this is my first time writing. I don't know if I have written something that shouldn't be written. The editor said they won't recommend me and let me fight for it myself. If the subscription data is high, he will help me apply for it. I beg you to give me some subscriptions, even if it's just 1 or 2 chapters. Help me secure a recommendation spot that can increase the exposure of this book. Of course, if you have the conditions, would be extremely grateful if you could make your own decision. Success or failure lies in this one move. The author hasn't gone home for the Chinese New Year for a long time. Calculating the time, it has been at least 4 years. No one knows the pain of being unable to go home during the Chinese New Year in a different place. Watching others and their loved ones gather together, I can only face the cold window and drink beer alone. It's really uncomfortable. But there's no other way, only by working outside can one earn some money. During the Chinese New Year, if I am on duty, I can still receive some overtime pay. Although the boss cannot offer such high overtime pay, it is still several hundred yuan more than my usual salary for work. And I can also make a New Year's Eve dinner, a large plate of dumplings. Last year, I counted more than 30, and they were very full and delicious. I am very lucky to come to Feilu this year and meet such lovely readers. It can provide me with great spiritual comfort. The author really wants to go home for the Chinese New Year this year, and really wants to. I don't want to face the cold fence and windows alone. I don't want to eat over 30 dumplings cooked by the boss's wife. I want to go home. But when I go home, there is no overtime pay. Although I know that a few hundred yuan is not money for everyone, it's probably more than just a meal. But for me, it could be a month's worth of food. Really, every sentence is true. Maybe some people don't know what it's like to eat mantu and pickles. I used to be in the most difficult time, over half a month. To be honest, even dogs don't eat it. It's just okay to be full after eating, mainly because after eating, the stomach and intestines are uncomfortable and a certain part of the body has been severely affected. This year, it exploded directly. I went to the hospital twice and had 2 consecutive circumcisions, which was unbearable. Adding insult to injury. Not to mention this, everyone should pay attention to their physical health in the future and not indulge in reckless eating and drinking. Tell me about this book. I feel very frustrated when publishing this book. Another point is that the theme of this book is not particularly popular, but it is indeed something that the author really wants to write about. I believe there must be someone willing to work with the author to carry out this book to the end. It's up to readers and dads, are you willing to give me a hand? Having said so much in one breath, I feel relieved. I'm afraid you might find it too verbose. Now, let's talk about the update issues after listing. Another issue is the amount of updates. As long as the subscription is acceptable. Enough for the author to eat mantu. Even if I try my best, I will update. Lastly, thank you very much to my brothers who have supported me. Where there is a will, there is a way to achieve it. After burning the midnight oil, the 102 Qin Pass will eventually belong to Chu. A hard-working person, heaven never disappoints. Sleeping on the hardships and tasting the courage, 3,000 more armor can swallow how. Now let's talk about the update issues after listing first order over 200, 10,000 words per day. First order over 500, 12,000 words per day. The first order exceeds 1,000, there's no need to say, I'm working hard. Now let's talk about the update issues after listing first order over 200, 10,000 words per day. First order over 500, 12,000 words per day. The first order exceeds 1,000, there's no need to say, I'm working hard. Now let's talk about the update issues after listing first order over 200, 10,000 words per day. First order over 500, 12,000 words per day. The first order exceeds 1,000, there's no need to say, I'm working hard. Now let's talk about the update issues after listing first order over 200, 10,000 words per day. First order over 500, 12,000 words per day. The first order exceeds 1,000, there's no need to say, I'm working hard. Adhere to originality and eliminate non-compliant commitment letters. I, pseudonym, do not agree, and I guarantee that the signed work belongs to my own original creation. I will strictly follow the Feilu Writers' Convention during the creation process, adhere to originality, and eliminate the following violations. If there are any violations, I am willing to bear all consequences arising from this one. Ensure that the signed work belongs to one's own original work and does not involve plagiarism or plot plagiarism in Chinese translation. 2. Ensure that no third-party works or plot are plagiarized during the creative process. 3. Ensure that this work is first published and the only contracted website on Feilu Novel Network. 3. Ensure compliance with laws and regulations during the creative process, including but not limited to, violations such as not involving politics, not involving pornography, gambling, drugs, promoting cults, not ghostwriting, not blocking or abolishing manuscripts, not hosting, not selling works or accounts, etc. 4. Ensure that regardless of the word count of the work, the signed work must complete the plot, never end, and never stop or end. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward. Realm setting. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Quenching blood. Transforming qi. Tong mai. 9 orifices. External scenery. Tianyuan. Holding stars, great energy. Zhongyue, Marquis. Blocking the sun, king. Zuns, Zun. Zhaohua, emperor. Shendao. Immortal, Taoist. Wuyang, Daozu. Ancient emperor quenching blood. Refining one's own blood vessels and feeling the power of qi and blood. Qi transformation. Qi and blood flow through the 8 extraordinary meridians, transforming a stream of true qi and leaving it in the elixir field. Tongmai. The 8 meridians throughout the body are fully connected, with true qi flowing like rivers and flowing water, crossing the meridians. 9 orifices. Look at one's own 5 organs and 6 viscera, use the 8 extraordinary meridians as orifices, and use true qi to impact one's 9 orifices. Externally. All 9 orifices are connected, impacting the ancestral orifices. The ancestral orifices are opened, and true qi is transformed into true energy. Tianyuan. Initially wielding the power of heaven and earth, it can evoke celestial phenomena. The anomalies of special constitutions are different holding stars. Refining the stars within the body, 10 stars are 1 weight, and 100 stars are a sea of stars. Tianjiao can continue to refine the stars, and the more stars there are, the stronger the sea of stars turns into the moon. Holding stars is called Great Power Palm Moon. The stars turn into the moon, once a month, it can summon an illusion to bless oneself. Entering this realm is called Ho Block the Sun, the moon turns into scorching sun, and the true element in the body turns into a great sun. The great sun never sets, and the true element never stops. Entering this realm and leaving a name in heaven and earth can be called a king, divided into single character king and double character king according to strength. Venerable. One must comprehend a certain intention in order to reach it, such as the sword's intention, and the intention to condense seeds, planted on the scorching sun. This realm is called venerable creation. The Tao is perfected and transformed into brilliance. This realm is called the Emperor. Shinto. Radiant condensation, illuminating the direction of a path, condensing a divine body based on itself within the body, entering this realm as the master, and mastering a small world. Immortality. Immortals have no distinction between realms, some only have a strong or weak understanding of the Tao, and at this realm, there are no longer several levels of this setting. But based on the atmosphere of understanding the Tao. The guide, stepping into the path, the pioneer, completing the path, and the executor, mastering a certain path, infinite. Falling chess player, using sentient beings as chess, comprehending the origin of the Tao, dominator. Dominate all things, fully comprehend a certain origin and achieve it, and can influence the great way, angler. The heavens are like lotus ponds, fishing alone in all realms, fully mastering and occupying a primordial avenue, note. There are countless paths, but the original path is only 3,000, so the number of immeasurable beings is constant. In the infinite world of the heavens, only those who step onto the path are qualified to conquer immeasurable beings, and anyone who steps onto the same original path is an enemy. The Elder. Mastering the 10 great avenues beyond the long river of time, situated in boundless thoughts, overlooking all the past, future, and present, transparent throughout history, everything returns to one. From the moment you become an ancient person, all the past, present, and future will leave traces, without any weak hours, because at the moment you become an ancient person, you have already stepped out of the river of time. Saint. What is said is the will of heaven, and what is thought is the rules of heaven. It occupies all the branches under its own source avenue, achieving the uniqueness of this path. If the source avenue is a space, it needs to occupy a series of branches such as speed, folding, instant body, and emptiness. Emperor. Nameless, indescribable, the true realm of transcendence, where all ages perish but I do not perish, and all heavens perish but I do not perish. One thought is wrong, reflecting the depths of the hearts of all living beings in the world. Even if they fall, those who recite their names can revive in infinite time. Note: it is not necessary to know the name of the great emperor in order to be resurrected, but in the infinite creatures that cannot be traced in all heavens and realms, as long as any word spoken by any creature can form the name of the great emperor can be resurrected. For example, if some people mention the Z character and others mention the Wei character, then the Z Wei emperor can revive over time to annihilate the great emperor. The only way is to completely annihilate the eternal way that the great emperor has mastered and reshape it. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward. Reissue. Chapter 26. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Lu Qingfeng has a secret. He is not only a cultivator, but also a feng shui master, and he has feng shui transforming eyes, so he is born to sit and observe feng shui. In his eyes, the void of feng shui and qi luck are all tangible objects. He knew immediately about the downfall of the Wang family. The reason why there was no news was that he was waiting for Su Ri to come and explain to him. And the Ma Tianlang from the Ma family is also a disciple of the Blood Demon sect. The Blood Demon sect is not a friendly sect. The Blood Demon skill within the sect absorbs dead energy and resentment. The combat power of our disciples is far superior to that of their peers, but each one of them has extreme personalities. The Su family killed their disciples, which is equivalent to slapping their faces. That group of lunatics greeted Lu Qingfeng a few days ago. Saying hello is actually notifying Lu Qingfeng that we are going to Tianwu City to eliminate a tribe. Mind your own business, young man. He had planned to inform the Su family, but 3 days had passed and there was no movement at all. Therefore, Lu Qingfeng had to personally come over. After all, major events were imminent and no trouble could arise. As soon as he arrived at the entrance of the Su mansion, his feng shui master instinctively sensed something was wrong, and he thought from his heart and used his feng shui eyes. So, I saw the terrifying scene before me. The golden dragon sits and gazes, its luck like rain. He had never seen such a great atmosphere when he followed the sect to the holy land of creation when he was young. This made Lu Qingfeng, who had originally come with a bad attitude, feel a bit uneasy in an instant. There was a hint of withdrawal in my heart. This Su family is too peculiar. This weather. This luck, I believe that his family is an ancient emperor clan. Damn it, among the ancient imperial clans. It seems that there is indeed a clan with the surname Su. But not right, that clan has an extremely prestigious status. How could it appear in this small place? Countless chaotic thoughts appeared in Lu Qingfeng's mind. Suddenly, his body instinctively trembled, and goosebumps involuntarily formed all over his body. Ta-ta-ta-da-oe footsteps sounded in Lu Qingfeng's ear. The sound was light, but each step seemed to step on his heart. He couldn't help but look up and saw an old man wearing black clothes with an old face standing in front of him at some point. Behind the old man, there was still a sword that had been broken in half, and the remaining sword was in a mess, with rust stains unknown blood scale. This old man has no traces of cultivation on his body, like the most ordinary veteran. But Lu Qingfeng knew that the old man killing him was like crushing an ant. Only seeing the sword on the other person's body, it made him feel suffocated, and even the true essence in his body had come to a standstill. His feng shui eyes involuntarily moved, and then he saw the old man emerge from behind countless dead creatures or wailing, layered corpses like mountains, wanting to drown the sea of blood in the 9 heavens, roaring with anger, one by one the imposing beings towering over the 9 heavens, and then in front of a broken sword divine meteorites like rain. Lu Qingfeng felt his breath come to a halt at this moment. Uncontrolled sweat flowed out, wetting all of his clothes. But eventually, the old man didn't care about him, but disappeared from his horrified gaze. As if it had never appeared before. As the old man disappeared, the feeling of suffocation also disappeared. Ha ha! Lu Qingfeng opened his mouth wide, greedily breathing like a drowning person. Oh my goodness! Why did that old monster appear in Tianwucheng? What kind of realm would that be? Palm moon. Blocking the sun. Or he dare not even think further. The existence of that realm may be as easy as to defeat the Xinxia Empire. How could such an existence appear in this Tianwu city? Is it passing by? Or is it because of the cave that is about to appear in the world? Or is it because... Lu Qingfeng forced himself to calm down as he looked at the Su mansion in front of him and the towering golden dragon of Qi. A ridiculous idea arose in my heart. It's still because of the Su mansion. Damn it, I don't care anymore. Whoever likes to take care of me. This is taking my life. Lu Qingfeng turned around and wanted to leave. He dare not provoke a family with such an aura, let alone the mysterious old man who just appeared, which frightened his courage. But just as he was about to leave, a bleak autumn wind suddenly blew around. A indifferent and majestic voice slowly sounded in Lu Qingfeng's ear. Lord Luqing, since you're here, why don't you come into the mansion for a chat? Lu Qingfeng's face showed a smile that was even uglier than crying. He recognized that it was Su Zhen's voice. He. Chief Su, I came here empty-handed. Look. It's okay. The voice carried an unquestionable dignity, causing Lu Qingfeng to stiffen all over. Then I'll disturb the Su clan leader. After speaking, he walked towards the Su mansion as if his limbs were not coordinated. As soon as he entered the Su mansion, Lu Qingfeng's gaze was indeed attracted by the figure standing with his hands down. Su Dai was dressed in a mysterious robe, with black hair like a waterfall, deep eyes, and countless charms hanging down his body. Before Lu Qingfeng could say hello to Su Dai, his spare time swept over a figure. At that moment, he felt his knees soften for some reason. He saw it. The old man, dressed in black and carrying a broken sword, almost suffocated and died at a glance. At this moment, he was standing respectfully behind Su Ri, looking as if servants. Su Dai looked at Lu Qingfeng's shocked and absent-minded expression, and a faint smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. Zhu, you scared the Lord of Luqing. I understand my mistake. The old man's voice was hollow and hoarse. This old man in black is one of the 800 veteran soldiers who were selected by Su Ri a few days ago as an epic-level follower and once fought in the heavens and broke through Forbidden Area's death. Attendant. Death, quality. Epic, realm. In this world, one palm pushes horizontally. A soldier who awakens from endless years, his spirit shattered, his realm drifting, and he is coveted by an indescribable existence. He can only take action in the family territory for the time being, although the realm of death is a question mark, looking at the thoughtful comments provided by the system. Su Ri quickly understood. Although Zhu cannot take action from outside, he is an invincible presence in the territory of the Su family. That one sentence in this world, one palm pushing horizontally, is the best proof. And the soldiers who have such evaluations are just Su Ye's servants. Ouch. Chief Su. What kind of city lord are you talking about? You can call me Xiao Lu. Lu Qingfeng regained his senses and resisted the urge to run away, flattering Su Ri. Lu Qingfeng, who had originally planned to come to the Su family to establish his authority, had the greatest wish of the Lord Lu at this moment, which was to fight for some strength and resist kneeling. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward. Chapter 1. 10 Years of Death, the Strongest Family System Opened. Seeking Data. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Tianwu City. The ancestral home of the Su family. A man dressed in a dark black robe with long snowy hair closed his eyes tightly. His handsome face was now extremely pale, with a hint of crimson oozing from the corners of his mouth, and his whole body's breath was incredibly lethargic. Another failure. Su Dai opened his eyes with a hint of bitterness. He is the head of the Su family among the 4 major families in Tianwu City. His realm has reached the great perfection of the 9 orifices, and he is the strongest in Tianwu City. In order to break through, he chose to return to his ancestral home to seclusion. As he watched the breakthrough approaching, his body churned with qi and blood, and he was indeed defeated one after another. It's like heaven and earth are not aligned, as if something is hindering his cultivation and promotion in the dark. Then the bloodline collapsed, along with all its own vitality, it began to fall. I've finally lived another life, but I haven't seen the vastness of this world yet. Su Zhen has a secret, which is that he has been a traveler with memories from his past life since birth. At present, this world is a magnificent and unparalleled one. Some strong people move mountains and fill the sea, some ancient people fish for the sun and moon, some supreme figures control a world, and control the fate of life and death. And the dazzling charm of that pinnacle, which I have not yet witnessed with my own eyes, even the current situation of the Su family is unknown. As the toxicity grew stronger, the breath in my body was like a candle in the wind. Others have traveled, and I have also traveled. Hee, after so many years, my golden finger has not yet received payment. Now. I'm losing my life. Right now. A voice that was ethereal to the extreme came from Su Ri's ear. Host life crisis detected, strongest family system activated, ding. The system has been successfully bound. Do you want to activate the beginner gift package? The sound was ethereal to the extreme, but it was even more enticing to Su Ri's ears than the most beautiful music in the world. Because he knew that his golden finger, as a traveler, had finally received payment after so many years. Open. Su Zhen hardly hesitated at all. I directly chose to activate the beginner gift package. Ding. The gift package has been successfully opened, with boundless Dao body. Ding. Congratulations to the host for receiving an additional reward. Qi Yun Golden Dragon. Qi Luck Golden Dragon. Boundless Qi Luck, thousands of blessings. After binding to the family, Qi Luck Golden Dragon will greatly enhance the family's Qi Luck, can be used when the family's Qi Luck reaches 500, infinite Dao body. Innate immeasurable, without distinction between heaven and earth, with all phenomena remaining unchanged, possessing physical power close to the Tao, and able to devour and merge all holy bodies and the power of the Dao body. Ding. The host has been detected to meet the conditions. Is it fused with the congenital immeasurable body? Looking at everything that happened before her, Su Zhen was momentarily stunned, and then a hint of joy appeared on his face. Fusion. Su Zhen quickly chose the fusion Dao body. At the next moment, waves of the great Dao Sanskrit sound echoed, and countless profound patterns were reproduced from Su Ye's body. A dazzling golden light appeared from within him, and under that golden light, his body began to wither like residual sand. The laws of the great road hang down beside him, and the dazzling stars and shadows hover around him. With a crisp click, Su Ri's body split into 2 pieces like a clay sculpture. And a figure with a slender and majestic figure, whose qi and blood were like ancient ferocious beasts, appeared in the room. His skin was like jade, and his already handsome face had an indescribable charm. As the fusion with the infinite Dao body is completed, the originally depleted qi and blood in the body quickly surge up. Su Ri looked inside and found that his blood had a faint golden hue. However, he didn't think much that it was the change caused by this body. However, as qi and blood refilled, the previously stuck state was easily broken through at this moment. Bang! The 9 orifices inside the body emit a dazzling light, and true qi emerges one after another. Following the surging qi and blood, they head straight towards the center of their eyebrows, and then the ancestral orifices that their predecessor could never open for a lifetime open it up. The fusion of qi and blood in the body with true qi forms the true element, and the power of the true element can be condensed and transformed outside the body. Su Zhen raised his hand and held it in a virtual grip. A golden spear suddenly appeared in his hand, and when the spear touched the ground, the hard granite was like tofu, casually penetrated. Is this the outdoor scene? Su Zhen felt his powerful power and mixed emotions in his heart. The cultivation realm of this world can be divided into quenching blood, transforming chi, unblocking meridians, 9 orifices, external scenery, heavenly element, holding stars, palm moon, blocking the sun, venerable, creating, divine path, immortality, immeasurable, ancient, and great emperor. And Su Ri's current realm is the external scenery. External scenery, using internal scenery to hook up external scenery and unleash the power of true elements. At this level, it has already surpassed the realm of mortals. Not only does it increase its lifespan by 100 years, but it also truly vaporizes and becomes a true element, capable of stepping into the air and moving in the clouds, forming a condenser. Then Su Zhen suppressed his emotions and examined the functions of the strongest family system. A virtual panel appeared in front of Su Zhen. Host. Su Zhen, realm. Externally important, family chi. 100, decay, note. When chi reaches 500, you will receive a family resource gift pack. Investment return. The host can trigger investment return rewards for the tribe members, which vary based on the quality of the invested tribe members. Family task. The Su family cannot be humiliated. Someone is trying to insult the Su family. As the head of the Su family, please tell the world that the Su family cannot be insulted. Task reward. Jinping clan member, it seems that there was a big accident in the family after I closed down. Su Zhen frowned as he watched the family mission. Before his seclusion, the Su family was in high spirits and had a faint tendency to become the leader of the 4 major families. However, now their luck is declining and their family is in danger. Thinking with your butt, you all know that it was caused by several other big families. It's time to pass. Su Zhen stood up, his whole body full of inexplicable breath, with a cold light in his eyes. A new book seeks everything. Feilu's novel, Fei wants you to look good. Chapter 2. What dares to bark at my Su family? Seeking data. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Su family hall. Su Chao sat at the top, holding on to both sides of the Grand Tutor's chair with both hands tightly. My veins burst out in my hands, trying my best to suppress the anger in my heart. He forced a smile on his face. LiFeilu, don't be joking. The quenching blood pill is a hereditary prescription of the Su family and has no intention of being sold to the public. An old man in purple attire sat in the guest seat, smiling as he looked at Su Chao. Ha ha ha, Chief Su, I know that the quenching blood pill is the foundation of the Su family. But the current situation in Tianwu City is turbulent, and many people are staring at the Su family. The blood-quenching pill is now a hot potato. The old man in the purple robe casually drank the tea, as if not seeing Su Chao's increasingly unfriendly expression, and continued. The Su family once showed kindness to our Li family. As long as the Su family hands over the elixir, the Li family is willing to protect the Su family. LiFeilu, I am not the head of the Su family. He has always been the only one qualified to take on the responsibility of the Su family head. Su Chao no longer concealed his anger, and his face became gloomy. The insulting intent in the other person's words is evident in their words. Seeking the Su family's elixir, even claiming to protect the Su family, is like slapping the Su family hard in the face. Thank you very much for the kindness of the Li family, but as the saying goes, the Su family's prescription is not for sale. If anyone wants it, then give it a try. Is my Su family's knife still sharp now? Su Chao spoke loudly and his words fell. Dozens of Su family members rushed in, each with a fierce aura blocking the entrance of the hall. They looked at the old man in unison. They used their actions to illustrate one thing: although the Su family is declining, the Su family cannot be humiliated. Ha 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 ha. The sword of the Su family. Su Chao, do you think this was 10 years ago? LiFeilu burst out laughing, and his true energy suddenly burst out. The Su family's prescription is not for sale. Then I won't spend money, would that be good? Wow. The full and round aura of Tongmai instantly erupted, and a powerful force swept across the entire Su family hall. In the realm of meridian communication, all 5 organs and 6 viscera are refined, and the 8 meridians of the extraordinary meridians are all connected to the orifices. True Qi can be manifested externally, and killing can be done invisibly with true Qi. The disciples of the Su family only felt that the air around them had already solidified, and the powerful true Qi constantly squeezed their bodies. That really oppressed the heads they had originally lifted, making it impossible for them to even look directly at the old man. Even as the acting head of the Su family, Su Chao felt his breath stagnate and tried his best to stand up. But it was like a pair of invisible hands pressing down on his shoulders, pressing him tightly onto them. Old Pifu. If it weren't for my falling realm reaching the realm of Tongmai, wouldn't you dare to insult my Su family? If it weren't for my younger brother's long journey to apprentice, how dare you come to your door? When my elder brother was around, your Li family swayed their tail and begged for mercy like a dog, constantly saying, repay kindness. Is that how you repay kindness? Su Chao's face turned red, with 2 emotions of shame and guilt constantly intertwined in his heart. The Su family is no longer the Su family from 10 years ago. Su Chao, wake up. Now is no longer the time when your Su family's 3 heroes are covering the sky with one hand. For the Li family, the current Su family is just an ant-like existence. If it weren't for the head of the family's nostalgia, your Su family would have been destroyed long ago. Li Lao no longer showed his smiling expression at this moment. He had a disdainful expression as he looked at the Su family. 10 years ago, he came here before, and at that time he was not even qualified to step into the hall. Instead, he waited at the entrance like a dog. I don't even have the qualification to look up at the head of the Su family. Today, he only released his own realm and made the once lofty Su family a lamb to be slaughtered. Su Chao, hand over the elixir. Apart from the elderly, weak, women, and children, there are only these young people left. If you don't hand over the elixir today, then I'll strip them one by one in front of you and cramp them. Li Lao's voice was somewhat cruel as he took out a dagger from his arms and walked towards the nearest young man. I don't know the head of the Su family. Oh no, acting head, how would you choose? Li Lao's dagger was placed on the young man's neck, and the sharp blade cut through his skin, oozing a shred of blood. Li Liang, old dog, what ability do you have to come to me? What kind of ability do you have to deal with them? Su Chao tried his best to stand up, his eyes flushed like a madman, but no matter how hard he tried, he couldn't take a step off the chair. Don't waste your efforts, Su Chao. Hand over the elixir or watch him die. Li Liang's face was filled with a hint of mockery and slight force, as the dagger leaned closer towards the boy's artery. The cold blade was as piercing as ice, but the young man showed no fear and tried his best to fight against Li Liang's true energy. My neck couldn't stop making a strange clicking sound. His cultivation is only limited to the realm of transforming energy, but he has no fear when facing Li Lao, who is fully satisfied with the realm of meridians. What's the point of transforming energy into energy? Li Liang couldn't help but mock the young man's efforts. However, before he could finish speaking, he saw a pair of black and white eyes staring at him intently. Those eyes have no anger, no humiliation, only pure and pure killing intent. That is a pure and ultimate killing intent, devoid of any emotions, just like a natural desire that arises when a person needs to eat. Looking into those eyes, Li Liang, who was killing people like wildfire, inexplicably felt a hint of fear. The dagger in hand involuntarily fell towards the boy's artery. However, even so, there was no emotion in the boy's eyes. In the face of death, the boy spoke word by word. Today the Su family will not be destroyed, and tomorrow the Li family will be full, with their heads hanging over the city gate. Under the pressure of true Qi, his speech was slow and his voice lacked any emotions, as if he was stating a certain fact. Inexplicably making Li Liang feel fearful. If this son is not eliminated, the Li family will inevitably face great difficulties. Not bitter. Su Chao couldn't help but feel sad as he watched the scene. That was his biological flesh and blood, the only thought left by his wife, but he could only watch his son fall to such an end. The elder brother entrusted the Su family to him, but now, the Su family's property is in ruins, and all the offerings within the clan have been separated. Even his own biological son will now be stained with blood in the family. Why am I still alive? What face am I still alive? Su Chao looked almost desperate as the dagger stabbed at his son. Watching that cruel scene about to happen. Miso. In the next moment, a flash of golden light exploded, and the terrifying force instantly blew Li Liang away. A very indifferent voice slowly sounded. What kind of thing dares to bark at my Su family? This voice was indifferent and solemn, making it sound like a chill couldn't help but rise throughout my body. However, upon hearing the familiar voice, Su Chao couldn't help but burst into tears. Big brother. Feilu's novel, Fei wants you to look good. Chapter 3. Exit the pass and suppress everything. Blue Pin Clan people. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Second brother, during my absence, you have suffered a lot. Su Dei looked at Su Chao with tears streaming down his face, his expression neither sad nor happy. But those who are familiar with him know that this is a manifestation of his extreme anger. With his appearance, the air around him had dropped several degrees at this moment. Li Liang looked at Su Ri incredulously, his fingers trembling uncontrollably as he said, Su Ri. You're still alive. However, his words had just finished. Bang! In mid-air, a long spear transformed by golden light appeared out of thin air. In an instant, Li Liang's body penetrated, and the strong force made him kneel directly on the ground. Previously arrogant and domineering, Li Liang was now nailed to the ground with a shameful posture of kneeling on both knees. The so-called true qi is like paper paste in front of this long spear, difficult to resist at all. Puff. Li Liang spat out blood from his mouth, his body trembling uncontrollably. At this moment he seemed to go back to the day when he first came to the Su family 10 years ago. Faced with Su Dei, he still didn't even have a chance to look up Xuanhuan's external release, the coagulator. You have entered the outdoor scene. His voice trembled uncontrollably. You should know that 10 years ago, Su Ri swept the entire Tianwu city with the 9 orifices great perfection realm. Not to mention that now he is like an outdoor setting entering the external scenery, one can step into the air, condense, and without exaggeration, to some extent. Su Zhen can already be called immortal. Big brother. You're on the set. Great, big brother. As Li Liang was nailed to the ground, the Su family disciples who were originally suppressed by his true energy also regained their freedom. They recognized Su Dei's identity, and it was precisely because they longed for the head of the Su family, Su Dei. It's the chieftain. 10 years ago, the clan leader was the strongest in Tianwu. Now that we have passed the level, our Su family has broken through the deadlock. I've met the clan chief. Clan leader, the Su family is suffering, and the clan has been in decline for a long time. Your Highness, have you entered the outdoor scene? They looked at Su Dei excitedly, their eyes filled with enthusiasm. Waiting for an answer. Looking at the hopeful gazes of the crowd, Su Dei nodded slightly and said, I was lucky enough to get into that outdoor scene. Su Ri's whole body trembled, and a powerful true element erupted. In an instant, a group of Su family disciples burst into tears. These disciples, who were suppressed by Li Liang's realm and fought desperately to resist, were now crying uncontrollably like children. Some exaggerations even make it impossible to stand still. Su Chao stood up trembling and came to Su Dei, saying, Big brother, you have finally come back. Second brother, your cultivation. Su Dei supported his younger brother, his eyebrows furrowed slightly, and he was able to remain calm and shut up. One of the biggest reasons was that the state of the Su dynasty broke through to the Nine Orifices realm. But now, the qi and blood in the Su dynasty's body are depleted, and the foundation is void, falling 2 major levels in a row. However, facing Su Dei's question, Su Chao shook his head helplessly. "Big brother, let's talk about this later. I'm sorry to you. I have the Su family in my hands." Su Chao felt extremely ashamed. However, before he could finish speaking, he was interrupted by Su Dei. "You have never apologized to the Su family. Next, leave it to me." Su Ri's voice was gentle. Su Chao only felt that the depression that had been weighing on his heart over the years was dissipating. Su Dei's palm was clenched weakly, and the true element surged like a surging river. "No. Chief Su. Chief Su. This is a misunderstanding. Misunderstanding. It was the Ma family, in conjunction with several other aristocratic families, who invited us to be the vanguards. Our Li family is here to perform a scene." "Really? Captain Su, believe me, my Li family has always been the most loyal dog of the Su family." Li Liang knelt on the ground, crying and shouting, blood continuously oozing from his wound, feeling very miserable. But the Su family looked at him with boundless hatred in their eyes. "I'm actually curious. Who gave you the courage to observe the Su family in the dark?" Su Zhen didn't even look at him and his voice didn't rush or slow down. "Have you forgotten how the Su family's name came about? Have you forgotten who I really am? Since you're here, there's no need to leave." Su Dei seemed to be talking to himself, and then he held his palm slightly. Bang! The originally noisy plea for mercy disappeared, and the golden true element roared and exploded like a raging dragon. Then, the powerful power of the true element retreated into the darkness. Bang! 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 A few muffled noises were made one after another, and only a few figures softened directly to the ground. They are the eyeliner of other families following the Li family, trying to find out the truth of the Su family. At the moment Su Dei appeared, shock, fear, and other emotions surged into their hearts. They originally wanted to escape quickly, but in front of that figure, they couldn't even move their steps. They could only watch the terrifying power of the true Yuan crush them to death. Faced with Su Dei's stunning combat power, even the Su family couldn't help but take a deep breath and marvel at the strength of their own clan leader. Their gaze toward Su Dei became even more fanatical and worshipful, and even if Su Dei asked them to die at this moment, they would not hesitate. From beginning to end, Su Dei never gave Li Liang a direct glance. The other party was right in saying that the Li family is just a dog. During these 10 years, they became dogs of other families and bit their former owners. And such a dog doesn't even have the qualification to talk to Su Dei. Just like he once didn't even have the qualification to step into the Su family hall. "Uncle." Su Buku watched as Su Ri performed a junior salute. At this moment, he no longer had the eerie expression he had before when facing Li Liang, but looked like an ordinary teenager. "It's not bitter, it's already grown so big." The last time Su Ri saw Su Buku, she was still a 7 or 8-year-old baby, and now she has grown so big. "I didn't expect to be locked down for 10 years. He patted Su Buku's shoulder. The expression on his face stiffened. The ethereal sound of the system rang in my ears. Ding! A member of the Blue Product family has been detected and can be invested. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward. Chapter 4. Investment returns, heaven and earth mourn autumn, frost kills all things. Seeking data. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Blue quality tribe members detected, investment can be made. Investing in the lower level technique of the Xian level, the falling sunset technique, can earn rewards for the highest level technique of the earth level. He couldn't help but look at Su Buku. Name. Su Buku, Realm. Great perfection of transforming Qi. Destiny. Blue, Note. This tribe has a special physique. If the seal is unsealed, the qualification can be increased to gold, Understanding. Genius, Root Bone. Superior, Realm. Great perfection of Qi transformation realm, qualification. Killing Heart Bodhi Body, Seal, Killing Heart Bodhi Body. The more you kill, the faster your strength grows. This is the Killing Heart path. The heavier your good intentions, the faster your understanding improves. This is the Bodhi path. Chance. Born to kill gods, with a heart as cold as a cold pool, killing all things, and a Buddha's heart to save all beings, carrying an infinite killing aura. Quality level. Mortal vulgar superior genius heavenly pride peerless demon town the world heaven in control. Looking at Su Buku's message, Su Dei couldn't help but feel a shock in his heart. The destiny qualities of the tribe are divided into white, green, blue, purple, gold, red, and black. The so-called transformation of fate into luck is also influenced by various factors such as natural talent and bones. In the evaluation criteria of the system, white is already the posture of a master, green can be called a genius, while blue is extremely rare and can be called a heavenly pride and demon. Many large descendants of the Holy Sun are just this blue talent. My nephew has a blue qualification, which is already a small surprise. Surprisingly, he has a special physique. Although the constitution is sealed, once unlocked, the destiny can reach gold. The golden qualification represents the qualification to compete for the title of the Son of Destiny. As for red and black, those who possess those two qualifications, as long as they do not fall, even fate in the future is just a plaything in their hands. This kind of qualification can be seen in countless worlds, but it can only give birth to a few people, and it is still too far away from Su Dei. As for what to invest in, Su Dei pondered slightly, then his mind moved and he took out a martial arts book from the storage ring. No hardship, you performed very well just now. The backbone of the Su family cannot be bent. Please keep this book of Sunset Cloud skill. Luoxia Gong is a martial arts skill of the lower level of the Xuanjia, which has been passed down from ancient times by the Su family. This cultivation method takes the qi of the falling clouds from heaven and earth, refines one's own true qi, roots and bones, and practices it to the extreme, which can rival the top-level martial arts of the level Xian. Only those who have made great contributions to the family and are members of the legitimate lineage are eligible to be awarded. Looking at the Luoxia Gong in Su Dei's hand, Su Bu's bitter eyes trembled slightly. Uncle. I don't deserve to take this sunset skill. I haven't done anything for my family without suffering. Since Uncle closed down, as the legitimate descendant of the Su family and Uncle's nephew, I can only watch the family decline and decline, but I am powerless to change it. As the legitimate descendant of the Su family, I don't suffer. Su Buku said and knelt down on the ground. Bang! 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 He knocked his head hard on the ground 3 times in a row. Even Su Dei couldn't stop his behavior. Please clan leader. Strengthen my Su family. Su Buku's voice faintly carried a hint of tears. Immediately afterwards, all the members of the Su family knelt down on the ground, their bodies trembling slightly, their eyes turning red, and tears seemed to accumulate in their eyes. Please, clan leader. Strengthen our Su family. Please, clan leader. Strengthen our Su family. Please, clan leader. Strengthen our Su family. 3 roars of anger echoed like thunder, and the Su family shouted at the top of their lungs. For so many years, their hearts have suffered indescribably, like autumn leaves in the wind, rootless duckweed. The glory of the Su family in the past seems to be fleeting, even those unremarkable small families dare to provoke the Su family. They can only endure it over the years, endure it one after another. And now that Su Zhen has returned, many of them have grown up listening to Su Zhen's legendary stories, and many have regarded Su Zhen as an idol throughout their lives. Some of them witnessed with their own eyes how high the Su family had been carried in the hands of this man. The grievances and heartbreaks of these years erupted completely in front of them, Su Ri. Because Su Zhen is their clan leader, and the leader of a clan is also heaven of the one clan. These Su family members, who were even pointed at with a knife and never softened, were crying uncontrollably at this moment. Even Su Chao wanted to stand up forcefully at this moment, but Su Dai flashed behind him and pushed him back. Lord Clan Leader. Su Chao is incompetent, ashamed of the Su family, ashamed of the elder brother, please. Strengthen our Su family. Su Chao's voice was hoarse, with bloodstains in his eyes, as if blood was about to seep out. Stand up. Stand up. Su Dai looked at the Su family kneeling all over the ground, his voice becoming incredibly hoarse and cold. The aura of the strong person in the outdoor setting instantly erupted, with a powerful force like a deity, making everyone feel that Su Ri in front of them seemed towering like a mountain. You did a great job, I saw the backbone of the Su family in you. The Su family's spine is not bent. And, you say the Su family has declined. No. With me around, the Su family will never decline. Su Dai's voice was resounding, with an indescribable domineering aura. In an instant, all the Su family members listened to his words, feeling that something lost in their hearts had finally returned. That thing, named confidence. Su Dai is here, the confidence of the Su family is there. Respecting the long life of the clan. Su Buku took the lead in kowtowing, and then stood up respectfully. Subsequently, a group of ethnic groups also followed suit. The Su family has been the first person of their generation throughout history, and I don't want this title to fall on anyone else. Good cultivation. Su Dai handed Su Buku the sunset technique. Su Buku accepted it this time and nodded very seriously, saying solemnly, I will definitely live up to Uncle's expectations. Later, he looked at the faces of the remaining members of the tribe and knew that he couldn't chill their hearts. Starting from today, any disciple of the Fansu family who has outstanding talent and has made contributions can obtain the Sunset Cloud skill. No need for that legitimate lineage. Su Rilong said in a voice. Long live the clan leader. Thank you very much, clan leader. That means we are also qualified to possess the Xuanjia martial arts in the future. Ding. The Su family disciples have high confidence in the future, are passionate, and their family fortune has increased by 100. Although I don't know what the temporary use of Qi luck is, this mysterious thing must be more beneficial, and there are resource rewards when the family's Qi luck reaches 500. And the Qi luck golden dragon also requires the family's Qi luck to reach 500 before it can be used. At this time, the people of the Su family were ecstatic. A top-quality Huangjia skill can fetch millions of yuan in stone prices at an auction house. The Xuanjia technique is a secret that many families do not pass down. It has value but no market, and many martial artists have never obtained a Xuanjia technique in their lifetime. From today on, people belonging to the Su family can obtain martial arts as long as they contribute enough. This is simply unimaginable. Ding. You invest in the lower-level skill of the Blue Clan's Xuanjia, the Falling Sunset skill, to trigger and reward the Earth-level skill, the Heaven and Earth Sadness Autumn method. There was an extra skill book in the system backpack, and after choosing to learn it, Su Dai was able to fully master the entire skill book with less than a breath of effort. Heaven and Earth mourn autumn, and all things wither. Feilu's novel, Fei Wants You to Look Good. Chapter 5. Shasha Bodhi Body, Declined Su Family. Seeking Data. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Ding. You have completed the task. The Su family cannot be humiliated. Reward. Gold Clan Member. Subsequently, an additional item appeared in Su Ri's system backpack. Jinpin clan member. Can compete for fate, deepen chi luck, and have deep blessings. After use, you can obtain a Jinpin clan member. Su Ri decisively chose to use it. Then a golden light flashed by, but nothing happened. I don't know where this Jinpin tribe member came from, Su Dai thought to himself. However, if the system produces, it must be a masterpiece, and Su Dai is not worried about any problems. So I decided not to think about it anymore. At the same time, the Su family's inner courtyard, a group of 13 or 14-year-old teenagers were extremely excited. The clan leader has left the level. Great! The legendary clan leader, the clan leader who swept through the entire Tianwu city, has finally passed the level. Woo 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 woo. The Su family's good day is coming. Looking at the tribe members crying with joy, Su Yang's eyes showed a hint of confusion. Am I reborn? Oh no, today is the day the Li family comes to their doorstep. The Su family is not extinct. What? The clan leader has passed the level. Isn't our clan leader dying in the process of breaking through? Countless thoughts and memories quickly filled Su Yang's heart, and for a moment, his mind felt a bit dazed. However, Su Dai was completely unaware of all that had happened in the backyard. At this moment, he looked at the Su family disciples full of anticipation. They are waiting for the clan chief's order. Go ahead and take over all the industries of the Su family before. You must remember that they borrowed our industry, and since it was borrowed, naturally. Interest required. Su Dai's voice was warm and gentle, making a Su family disciple feel like basking in spring breeze. Then, without doubt, he walked towards the door one after another. Since the clan chief said he wanted to come back, he naturally had to come back, and there was no need for them to think too much about the rest. Just go ahead and do it. Cough. Big Brother's eyes are still as sharp as ever. The Li family is just a dog. The dogs of the Ma and Wang families, since you are still alive and promoted to an outdoor setting, those two old foxes will not make any moves. The family business will be returned, and what I have wanted to do but couldn't do for many years, Big Brother can easily do it. I truly deserve to be Su Chao's elder brother. Cough, 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 cough. Su Chao coughed as his true qi continued to dissipate. But his gaze towards Su Dai was still full of admiration, just like when he was a child. His big brother seemed to be able to carry the whole world. Standing behind him, even if heaven and earth overturn, one can feel incredibly at ease. Looking at his younger brother's appearance, Su Dai felt very uncomfortable in his heart. This was his own younger brother, who was once a heavenly pride and had entered the 9 orifices realm before the age of 30. But now it has ended up in such a tragic state. He placed his hand behind Su Chao and used the power of the true yuan to stabilize the true qi inside Su Chao's body. As soon as Xuanhuan entered, Su Ri's eyebrows involuntarily furrowed. The Su dynasty's body was in chaos, with all 8 meridians blocked, and all 5 organs and 6 viscera deflated. It has almost become a useless person. What happened to me during my years of seclusion? What happened to your cultivation, second brother? What about the clan elders and worshippers? When he was in seclusion, he didn't know the time. Between 10 years, things changed and people changed. Su Ri had too many questions in his heart. Everything. It's all my fault. Upon hearing Su Zhen's words, Su Chao couldn't help but beat his chest and feet. Su Zhen used Xuanhuan to secure his body, in case something unexpected happened to his tattered body now. Second brother, don't worry. Take your time to talk, everything. There's me. Su Dai's voice was slow, but it carried an incredibly reassuring tone. Big brother, in the first few years after your seclusion, everything remained the same. With my 9 orifices and 5 levels of realm, although the Su family did not continue to expand outward, they still firmly held the position of the top martial arts family. But all of this changed with Shower's disappearance. Su Chao's expression became extremely sad and lonely. My younger siblings are missing. A gentle woman appeared before Su Ri's eyes. That woman's name is Hua Xiao. She was brought back by her second younger brother after training outside, and she is also Su Buku's mother. She has a gentle personality and excellent planning policies for the family's industry. It can be said that 1/3 of the Su family's industrial planning was originally written by her. Even Su Dai was very satisfied with his younger sister. But I didn't expect the decline of the family now to be related to that woman. Yes, during those days, Chaoer became very anxious. Although she didn't show it, I naturally noticed that we had been married for many years. After waking up one morning, Chaoer disappeared, and at that time she was pregnant again. I was afraid that something might happen to her, so I went crazy looking for her. I even mobilized the entire family, and the clan elders all helped me find her. Ku. Su Chao's tears flowed down his cheeks, even tinged with a hint of blood. None of the clan elders have returned, and some lucky survivors' offerings have also left the Su family, while I was injured by a sword light in the suburbs. That person's realm is at least Tianyuan. Tianyuan realm. After the outdoor scene, it is called Tianyuan. Tianyuan can use the power of heaven and earth to transform their own divine powers. The powerful Tianyuan realm can crush a small mountain with just one hand. I have always known that Chaoer comes from a powerful family, but what I didn't expect was that even the Tianyuan strongman was her family's servant. Big brother. I can't implicate the Su family anymore. Su Chao will always remember that the sword light seemed to be about to cut through everything in the peerless world, but in the end, under the plea of a woman who threatened her life, it saved his life. The other party's extremely indifferent voice still echoes in his dreams to this day. Saint, I don't want to make you sad, but how can this ant-like thing be with you? Hurry up and go back with me. Old author's new book, with daily guaranteed updates of 10,000 words. Any data will be updated with an additional chapter, and comments in the comments section will also be updated. Randomly smashing data, never Unix Feilu's novel, Fei wants you to look good. Chapter 6. Tell the world. This day's martial arts Surname Su. You are listening at novelfull.audio. All the elderly members of the Su family died and were worshipped as scattered birds and beasts, while the acting clan leader's cultivation was abolished. Despite such a big chaos, Su Ri, as the head of the Su family, still hasn't left the border. Therefore, many families speculate that Su Dai has already passed away. The next thing happened naturally. As a vassal of the Su family, the Li family took the lead in reversing the tide. The Su family's industry was constantly being swallowed up by various families, and the family's heritage was gradually hollowed out. There were no top powerful figures to sit in, let alone offerings willing to join the Su family. In order to ensure the safety of the people, Su Chao's body quickly collapsed due to the constant suppression of depression and self-blame. Under the fierce competition and covert competition among major families, the Su family's current industry is non-existent. But the Su family was too glorious in the past, and the reputation of the three heroes of the Su Gate weighed heavily on the entire Tianwu city. The temptation of the Su family's fat was too great, so the Li family became the dog that probed the Su family. The luckiest thing for me now is that Xiaomu hasn't returned in these years. Otherwise, with his temperament, he would definitely touch the heavenly Yuan realm. If he gets into trouble because of this, I really don't know how to deal with it. Xiao Mu, also known as Su Mu in Su Chao's mouth, is Su Ri's youngest brother. He has a fiery personality and cannot tolerate any sand in his eyes. Except for Su Zhen's words, even if the clan elders speak, he will always turn his back. He is extremely talented and fearless of death. Once, the generation called Su Mu the crazy dog of the Su family. Whoever dares to provoke the Su family, even if they die, they will bite off a piece of meat from you. Before Su Ri closed down, Su Mu followed a strong wanderer out and never returned for a long time. Big brother, it's all my fault. Su Chao's expression was extremely painful. Humph. What a big show. Kill our clan elders, depose my younger brothers, and keep saying that the Su family is an ant. Upon hearing his younger brother's words, Su Dai couldn't help but feel a surge of anger in his heart, with a cold smile on his face. Xiao Chao, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? You don't need to blame yourself, nor panic. Everything belongs to me. I am the head of the Su family, the Heavenly One clan. I will definitely settle this account with them. But big brother, everything has me. Xiao Chao, remember that in no time, I will have them personally come to my door and kneel down to beg you to bring your siblings back. His voice was domineering and confident. Is Tianyuan a slave? Perhaps the previous power was unattainable for the Su family. But from the moment I go out and wake up the system, everything is different. As long as he steadily develops and takes the initiative, it won't be long before Su Dai has the confidence to make the guy who keeps calling the Su family ant's life is better than death. Su Zhen's words seemed to explode in Su Chao's heart, like thunder, rooting and sprouting his decadent heart once again. If someone says such things to him, he must think the other person is crazy. But the person who said this was Su Dai, his elder brother, the Su family leader who seemed to support the sky. For his words, even in fantasies and dreams, Su Chao is willing to believe them. Yes. Big brother. Su Chao said forcefully, his voice still weak but with a hint of hope. Uncle. Su Buku returned to the hall at this moment. As per your instructions, the ethnic group has begun to take over the former industries of the Su family, and many shops and restaurants have already been taken over. But if the Li family takes action against our family's children and the person who takes action is killed by me, I won't dare to make a decision on what to do next. I will bring my tribe back and wait for your order. Outside the door, a group of Su family members held weapons in their hands and had cold eyes. They only waited for Su Dai's command, even if they dared to break through the flames of war. Li family. Upon hearing these words, a cold light flashed in Su Ri's eyes. I used to keep a dog, but I really forgot who my owner was. I was originally thinking of dealing with the family's accumulated affairs, but since the Li family is in such a hurry to die. Su Dai's killing intent gradually rose in his heart. Since he had returned, the dog that devoured the Lord would be killed. Ding. Triggering family mission. Destroy the Li family, Yang Wei Tianwu. Task reward. Heavenly pill. 100 refined body forging pill, earth level skill, heaven and earth hidden spring technique. Listening to the ethereal voice in his ear, Su Dai no longer hesitated at all. Tianwu Feng Han, second brother, please rest well first. Big brother, you. It's autumn now. I remember when I was in seclusion, it was also autumn, but I said, it's so cool and autumn. It's getting cold, Li family, it's time to go out. Su Ri's voice remained indifferent, but the killing intent in his words was like a tide trying to annihilate everything. All Su family disciples, join me in destroying the Li family. Anyone who blocks the way will kill without mercy. As soon as these words were spoken, the tribe members who were originally waiting outside felt goosebumps all over their bodies. For many years, the Su family has never heard such a domineering and unparalleled voice. The sound in others' ears was Shura's grin, but in their ears it was Yang Fan's flag and the horn of battle. Respect the long life of the clan. Destroy the Li family. Subsequently, Su Dai strode out, followed closely by the members of the Su family, who held their heads and chests high, exuding a rainbow-like aura. During these 10 years, the backbone of the Su family has never been bent, and now that Su Dai has returned, he wants to tell the entire Tianwu city this day's martial arts Surname Su. Feilu's novel, Fei Wants You to Look Good. Chapter 7. The plan to destroy the Li family and the Ma Wang family. You are listening at Novel Full. Audio. Inside the Wang family parliament hall, a tall old man sat on the main seat with a golden sword, his left eye covered with an eye mask, carrying an indescribable cruelty. It's the head of the Wang family, Wang Hu. Su Zhen has passed the level and broken through to the outer scene. Wang Hu twisted his finger and spoke softly. Across from him sat a thin and weak man, who looked extremely cold. If Wang Hu is a beast that chooses to devour people, then he is a venomous snake hiding in the dark. I didn't expect that he was still alive, with no news for 10 years. How could he still be alive? His voice is incredibly hoarse. Ma Xiao, think about what to do. You know that guy's temperament. Over the years, we couldn't hide our tricks from him. The Li family couldn't satisfy his appetite. Perhaps thinking of Su Yan's methods, Wang Hu felt a faint pain in his blind eye. That eye was cut out alive by Su Zhen in front of everyone when he was competing with the Su family for a mineral vein. When Su Zhen was present, no one in the entire Tianwu city knew that his domineering protector was short. Even once said that the children of the Su family are more prestigious than other families. Because a small collateral disciple actually personally visited the Ma family, which is one of the 3 major families. In front of the Ma family, he forcefully killed an elder of the Ma family. It is precisely because of Su Zhen's domineering protection that the entire family is united. And other families did not dare to be too reckless after the disappearance of Su Zhen, choosing to gradually annex the Su family. Many people even did not change their names in the land deed, fearing that Su Zhen might come into existence and seek their settlement. The Li family is considered finished. According to Su Ri's temperament, even an egg yolk in the Li family has to be shaken to pieces. Ma Xiao picked up the teacup at hand, his tone devoid of any emotion. I really don't know how you convinced the Li family, but you were willing to die. TSK, even though you knew Su Ri had become a strong opponent in the outdoor environment, you dared to take action against the Su family. I'm really curious about your methods. Wang Hu stared at Ma Xiao with his remaining one eye, trying to see something from him. Without him, if the Li family can't offend the Su family, can they offend our Ma family? I promised the Li family that as long as they were obedient, their legitimate son, my Ma family, would be protected, and my heavenly wolf ancestor woke up from death 3 days ago. A faint smile hung on Ma Xiao's face. Ancestor of the Ma family, Ma Tianlang. Upon hearing this, Wang Hu's eyes suddenly shrank. Ma Tianlang, the ancestor of the Ma family, was already the strongest in Tianwu city when he was still a child. 70 years ago, he was already the strongest in the outdoor scene. It is rumored that he has mastered a top-notch technique of the mysterious level, which can be considered invincible within the same realm. I didn't expect such a character to still be alive. No. Wang Hu's heart moved again. 70 years ago, Ma Tianlang was already a strong player in the 7th tier of outdoor scenes. Now, his ability to pass the level is bound to increase, as Ma Xiao said. With the strength of his ancestors, it was not easy to suppress a newly entered outdoor scene named Su Ri. Why treat the Li family, who have already attached themselves to the Ma family, as cannon fodder? Isn't this a loss of combat power in vain? What kind of abacus is Ma Xiao playing? As a clan leader, each one is like a human spirit, and who can be deceived by whom? Although Wang Hu had 1,000 doubts in his heart at this moment, he remained calm on the surface. Congratulations to the Ma family leader. It seems that the name of the largest family in Wucheng will eventually fall into the hands of the Ma family. Since the heavenly wolf ancestor has left the pass, he is naturally not afraid of Su Zhen. It would be better for our 2 families to join hands and suppress the Su family. Our Wang family is willing to follow the Ma family's lead. Wang Hu spoke in a very serious tone, but with some sincerity and some probing unknown. Ma Xiao took another sip of the clear tea in the cup. Don't worry, don't worry. First, give the Li family to Su Ri to calm down the fire. A small Li family was swallowed by the Su family, and the good news is still to come. Ma Xiao spoke lightly, his eyes slightly narrowed, like a venomous snake aimed at its prey. Wang Hu saw Ma Xiao avoiding the problem and looked out into the sky. I only saw thick smoke rising in the distance. The Li family should have already. The bright red blood flowed continuously like a stream. The plaque of Li Mansion was broken in half like garbage and casually thrown on the ground. The disciples of the Su family wielded sharp blades like slaughtering chickens and ducks, slaughtering the Li family like livestock. Su Dei sat in the lobby of the Li family, swinging a folding fan in his hand casually. "Open your eyes and watch carefully," he said lightly. The ground in the lobby was filled with Li family elders and offerings. The elders of the Li family listened to the screams of their people one by one, and looked at the tragic deaths of their descendants, feeling as if their hearts were bleeding. An elder wanted to close his eyes and couldn't bear to look anymore, but he just closed his eyes. Puzzy. A terrifying true element turned into a wind blade and directly chopped off the head of the elder, pouring blood like a spring. I said, "Let's keep an eye on it." Su Zhen's voice was not loud, but when it fell into the ears of everyone, it was like a demon, making them only feel shivering. Su Dei. You wicked ghost. Although our Li family has annexed your Su family's property, we have never slaughtered your Su family's children like this before. Your ancestors of the Su family started with elixirs and were compassionate in helping others. Now that you are the leader of your clan, you are like an executioner. How can you treat your Su well? An elderly man with white hair and beard couldn't help but curse loudly, but his words were not yet finished. The powerful true element suddenly erupted, instantly emptying all the air around it. Under strong pressure, the old man's 5 orifices oozed blood and collapsed straight down. Seeing such a scene, the Li family around them were even more frightened and trembling. The means of the outdoor setting are simply unimaginable. The deceased old man was the eldest elder of the Li family, with a cultivation level of 8 levels in the 9 orifices realm. But in front of Su Ri, he was like a pig or a dog, waving his hand and annihilating it. Why can the Li family that you still remember still be passed down to this day? 30 years ago, the Li family was targeted by the enemy and all high-level officials were poisoned. It was our Su family who took the risk and saved the Li family. From then on, the Li family swore to be affiliated with the Su family and to respect the Su family's horse head. But what have you done over the years? Su Dei said slowly, his voice devoid of any emotion, as if retelling a small matter. He leading the way in rebellion, swallowing my family business, humiliating my Su family. Compassion. Compassion and kindness are reserved for our own people. He stood up as he spoke, clasping the fan in his hand. With a loud bang, the head of an elderly Li parent shattered like a watermelon. As for the enemy, there can only be slaughter. 3 things to do when reading. Read, collect, and reward.